I took upon myself the task of rereading the books of all the philosophers which I could obtain, to seek out whether anyone had ever conjectured that the motions of the spheres of the universe were other than they supposed who taught mathematics in the schools. But we should rather follow the wisdom of nature. I hold that completely erroneous views should be shunned. Nations are not ruined by one act of violence. For I am not so enamored of my own opinions that I disregard what others may think of them. Every light has its shadow, and every shadow hath a succeeding morning. Of all things visible, the highest is the heaven of the fixed stars. Those things which I am saying now may be obscure, yet they will be made clearer in their proper place. If the motions of the other planets were added to the rotation of the Earth and calculated as for the revolution of that planet, it so bound together both the order and magnitude of all the planets and the spheres and the heaven itself, that in no single part could one thing be altered without confusion among the other parts and in all the universe. Let no one expect anything certain from astronomy, which cannot furnish it, lest he accept as the truth ideas conceived for another purpose. Moreover, why Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars, when they rise in the evening, appear greater than when they disappear and reappear with the sun? What appears to us as motions of the sun arise not from its motion, but from the motion of the earth and our sphere, with which we revolve about the sun like any other planet. The earth has, then, more than one motion. So if the worth of the arts were measured by the matter with which they deal, this art which some call astronomy, others astrology. Astronomy is written for astronomers. To them my work too will seem, unless I am mistaken, to make some contribution. More stars in the north are seen not to set, while in the south certain stars are no longer seen to rise. I shall now recall to mind that the motion of the heavenly bodies is circular, since the motion appropriate to a sphere is rotation in a circle. In first place, we must observe that the universe is spherical. The motion of the earth can unquestionably produce the impression that the entire universe is rotating. Moreover, since the sun remains stationary, whatever appears as a motion of the sun is really due rather to the motion of the earth. Trismegistus calls it a visible god, Sophocles Electra, that which gazes upon all things. And so the sun governs the family of stars which roll around. At rest, however, in the middle of everything is the sun. The strongest affection, I think, promote the studies concerned with the most beautiful objects, the universe's divine revolutions, the stars' motions, sizes, distances. Since nothing stands in the way of the movability of the Earth, I believe we must now investigate whether it also has several motions, so that it can be considered one of the planets. If then the Earth also performs other motions, they must necessarily be like those which are similarly apparent in many external bodies in which we find an annual orbit. Since different hypotheses are sometimes available to explain one and the same motion, an astronomer will prefer to seize on the one which is easiest to grasp. It is proper for an astronomer to establish a record of the motions of the heavens with diligent and skillful observations, and then to think out and construct laws for them. All the spheres revolve about the sun as their midpoint, and therefore the sun is the center of the universe. Finally, we shall place the sun himself at the center of the universe. In the first book I shall describe all the positions of the spheres, along with the motions which I attribute to the earth, so that the book will contain as it were the general structure of the universe. For it is the duty of an astronomer to compose the history of the celestial motions through careful and expert study. In the midst of all dwells the sun. For who could set this luminary in another or better place in this most glorious temple, than whence he can at one and the same time brighten the whole? I feel no shame in asserting that this whole region engirdled by the moon, and the center of the earth, traverse this grand circle amid the rest of the planets in an annual revolution around the sun. Near the sun is the center of the universe. We find then in this arrangement an admirable harmony of the world. The earth also is spherical, since it presses upon its center from every direction. Yet the widespread planetary theories seemed likewise to present no small difficulty. Yet if anyone believes that the earth rotates, surely he will hold that its motion is natural, not violent. In so many and such important ways, then, do the planets bear witness to the Earth's mobility. There may be babblers who dare to condemn my hypothesis. I value them not. The massive bulk of the Earth does indeed shrink to insignificance in comparison with the size of the heavens. Mathematics is written for mathematicians. Gravity is merely a certain natural inclination with which parts are imbued by the architect of all things. Nor is it necessary that these hypotheses should be true, nor indeed even probable. The Earth, together with its circumjacent elements, performs a complete rotation on its fixed poles in a daily motion. The center of the Earth is not the center of the universe, but only of gravity and of the lunar sphere.